Welcome back to a course on calculus for business. We have been discussing about the concept of differentiation in calculus for business, and these are the formulae that we have seen in the previous lecture. Now we will continue our discussion with problems using these formulas, right? Let us get into it. So we will start with the problems. So in the previous lecture itself, I have told you people that in order to work out problems, we'll have to apply the rules. That is the rules on the right side. We'll have to apply these rules and we have to simplify the given expression, and then we'll have to make use of these formulas. In the previous lecture, we have worked out problems which involves only this formula. Whereas in this lecture, we are about to do some problems which involves all these formula, right? So the first problem, okay, so the problem may be given in any form. Differentiate the following functions with respect to x. So this with respect to x, this may be sometimes abbreviated as WRTX. Okay, it may also be written in this fashion. Since this is the first problem, I am writing this is completely with respect to x. Okay, the first one is in which the first one is x power 5 minus 3 log x plus minus 4 e power x. So log to the base is not specified, which means we will take it is with base e. Okay, unless it is specified, we take that it is with base e. Now we are asked to differentiate the following function with respect to x, which means we will have to find d upon dx of the given function. Okay, so initially let us take y to be the given function, that is x power 5 minus 3 log x minus 4 e power x. Okay, we need to find out dy upon dx. So dy upon dx, that is d upon dx of x power 5 minus 3 log x minus 4 e power x. Now we'll have to make use of the sum and difference rule. Okay, so sum and difference rule, in the sense we'll have to make use of these two rules. So when we do it, d upon dx of x power 5 minus d upon dx of 3 log x minus d upon dx of 4 e power x. Now we'll have to, okay, let me write the rule here itself, so it will be easy for you people to understand. That is, the rules that we have made use here is this one and this one. So I think it is enough if we make use of difference rule alone. Okay, so initially whatever may be the number of functions you have, accordingly you may do these things that I have explained in the previous lecture itself. Hope you people understand it. Now for the next step, what we are going to do is that we have to make use of constant multiple rule, that is d upon dx. Okay, I'll write the rule in different color. So d upon dx of ku is k times of du upon dx. So if you apply this rule repeatedly to this, you would get the first term is as it is. In the second term, you can take 3 outside. So d upon dx of log x minus 4 you can take outside. So d upon dx of e power x. Now we'll have to make use of the formula. That is d upon dx of x power n is n times of x power n minus 1. And d upon dx of log x is log to the base e. If it is not specified, we will take that it is with log base e. Okay, so it is going to be 1 upon x, and d upon dx of e power x is simply e power x. Okay, so when you apply the formula, it is in the form of x power n. In the place of n, we have 5, so it is going to be 5 times of x power 5 minus 1 minus 3 times of it is 1 upon x minus 4 times of e power x. So when you simplify this, you will get 5x power 4 minus 3 upon x minus 4 e power x. So this is your derivative value, right? We'll move to the next problem. So the second problem is 4 under root x plus 3 upon x plus 5 e power x. Okay. So here, what are the things that we have to remember? Here, let me tell you something. If you have under root x, this is x power 1 by 2. Okay, this may be written like this. If you have cube root of x, it is x power 1 by 3. In general, if you have nth root of x, this may be written as x power 1 by n. So these are some shorthand notations which we can write like this. If we simply write like this, we are finding the square root. Okay, and if you have 1 upon x power r, this may be written as x power minus r. So having this in mind, we are going to work out this problem. Okay, so let us take y to be the given function 4 under root x plus 3 upon x plus 5 e power x, right? So as suggested here, we may write this as 4x power 1 by 2 plus 3x power, which here we have only x, which means we have x power 1. When it comes to the numerator, it becomes x power minus 1 plus 5 e power x. Okay. Now we need to find out dy upon dx, which means so this is going to be d upon dx of 4x power 1 by 2 plus 3x power minus 1 plus 5 e power x. So as of now, I hope you are familiar with the rules. So let me directly write like this as d upon dx of 4x power 1 by 2 d by dx of 3x power minus 1 plus d by dx of 5 e power x, and using constant multiple rule we may take a constant outside, so we'll have d by dx upon x power 1 by 2 plus 3 times of d by dx upon x power minus 1 plus 5 times of d upon dx of e power x. Now we'll have to make use of the what? The formulas. That is d upon dx of x power n is n times of x power n minus 1, and then d by dx of e power x is e power x. Only these two are enough to complete this problem. This becomes, we have 4 times of some quantity plus 3 times of some quantity plus 5 times of some quantity. These things I will write in different color. So in the place of n we have 1 upon 2, right? So it is going to be 1 upon 2 x power 1 upon 2 minus 1. Okay, here we have minus 1. So minus 1 x power minus 1 minus 1. Okay, whatever is there in the power, that we have to consider as x, sorry, n, and from that n we have to subtract 1. So that is the case, and this is simply going to be e power x. Okay, now mm, let us simplify these things. So it is 4 times of 1 upon 2 x power 1 upon 2 minus 1. So half minus 1. If you take LCM, you are going to get half minus 2 upon 2. So this is going to be minus 1 upon 2. So directly let me write this x power minus 1 upon 2. Okay. Plus 3 times of minus 1 x power minus 1 minus 1. So we can take minus as a common thing. So we will have 1 plus 1. So it is going to be minus 2 plus 5 e power x. Okay. We are multiplying these things. So this 2 with this 4 gets cancelled. So we have 2x power minus 1 by 2 plus 3 into minus 1. So this becomes minus 3 times of x power minus 2 plus 5 e power x. If you have negative power, take that to the denominator and make it as a positive power as we have here. Right? So this may be written as 2 upon x power 1 by 2 minus 3 upon x square plus 5 e power x. As we converted this root x to x power 1 by 2, we can rewrite here as well. So we will have 2 upon under root x minus 3 upon x square plus 5 e power x. And this completes this problem. Now let us move to the next problem. Here we are given 1 upon x power 5 plus 1 upon under root x plus x power 4 by 3. Okay. Using the ideas that I said for the previous problems, here we are going to do the things. So x power 4 by 3. Okay. This may further be written as x power minus 5 plus 1 upon x power 1 by 2 plus x power 4 by 3. And when you take this denominator to the numerator, you will have x power minus 5 plus x power minus 1 upon 2 plus x power 4 by 3. So in order to complete this problem, it is enough if we know the derivative of x power n. So that is what n times of x power n minus 1. Only this we are going to make use here. Here what are we going to find? We are about to find dy upon dx. Okay. Your dy upon dx is going to be d upon dx times of x power minus 5 plus x power minus half plus x power 4 upon 3, and this may be written as d by dx of x power minus 5 plus d upon dx of x power minus half plus d by dx of x power 4 by 3. And what is the rule that we have made use? Sum rule. Okay. Here no constant is involved as a multiple, so we don't need to apply constant multiple rule. We may directly do it. Okay. So since we do not have any constant multiple, let me write it in white color itself. In the place of n, we have minus 5 here. So minus 5 x bar minus 5 minus 1. Right. Then plus in the n is minus half. Okay. X bar minus half minus 1. Plus n is 4 upon 3 x power 4 upon 3 minus 1. So this is what we are going to have. Okay. Now let us do the simplifications. It is going to be minus 5 x bar minus 5 minus 1 becomes minus 6. Right. And then minus half times of x power, you see minus half minus 1, when you take LCM you are going to get minus 1 minus 2 upon 2. So this is going to be minus 3 upon 2. So x power minus 3 upon 2 plus 4 upon 3. You have 4 upon 3 minus 1. So when you take LCM, you will have 4 minus 3 upon 3, which turns to be 1 upon 3. So x power 1 by 3. Okay. If you have any negative powers, you may bring them down. So that is what we have to do now. Okay. So when you, so when you do those things, you will have minus 5 upon x power 6 minus 1 upon 2, 1 upon x power 3 by 2 plus 4 upon 3 x power 1 by 3. So if you want, you can leave like this, or else you may change the second term as minus 1 upon 2 x power 3 by 2 plus 4 upon 3 x power 1 by 3. So we may write like this. So these are some rough calculations that are required to get the powers. Okay, so this is some rough calculation. Let me write like this here. Okay, we are moving to few more difficult problems, right? Here in this problem we are asked to find the derivatives of the first function is x square minus 7 whole square. Okay, how can we do this? Okay, this may be done in two ways, right? Okay, so initially let us take y as x square minus 7 whole square. Okay, I said this may be done in two ways. What are the two ways? One is, okay, let me give you the idea in another color. Okay, the first way, okay, way one is to make use of a minus b whole square formula, that is a square minus 2ab plus b square, right? The other way is you have x square minus 7, right? X square minus whole square, this may be treated as x square minus 7 and x square minus 7. You may write like this, and you consider this to be your function u and this to be your function v. You may apply product rule. So there are two ways of doing it. Since we will make use of product rule in the upcoming things, I am going with the first way, right? Anyway, illustration of this thing will be done using several other problems. That is why I am going with way 1. Okay, so I have explained we have two ways, but still here I am going with way 1. Okay, it is my wish. You may go with your wish if you wish. Okay, we know that a minus b whole square is a square minus 2ab plus b square. Hence, x square minus 7 whole square is going to be x square whole square minus 2 times of x square into 7 plus 7 square, which is going to be x power 4, since x power a whole power b is simply x power ab. Using this result, we are writing this as x power 4, and 2 and 7 are constant, so we can multiply them. It is going to be 14x square plus 49. Therefore, your y is going to be what? X power 4 minus 14x square plus 49. Now we need to find out dy upon dx. Okay, in the previous problem, we were asked to differentiate the following function with respect to x. Here in this problem, we are given that find the derivatives of. Simply they have asked us to find the derivative. We are taking y, the given function as y. That is we are taking. Okay. But still, why are we finding dy by dx? Because here in the given question, the only variable involved is x. And that is why we were able to come to a conclusion that we have to find out the derivative with respect to x. Right? So d upon dx of y is d upon dx x power 4 minus 14x square plus 49. As of now, hope you people have had the idea of using the sum rule and the scalar multiple rule. So let me write them directly. So d upon dx of x power 4 minus 14 times of d upon dx of x square plus, since this is a constant, let me have as it is. Okay, here what are the formulas that we are going to make use? Okay, as usual, let me write that in another color. D upon dx of x power n is going to be n times of x power n minus 1, and the derivative of any constant is 0. Okay, c is any constant here. When we make use of these formulas, we are going to get 4 times of x power 4 minus 1. Okay, I think this is not clear, very clear. So this is 4 minus 1, then minus 14 times of, okay. So this 14 is a constant, that is why we kept it outside, and when you differentiate this x square, you are going to get 2 times of x power 2 minus 1. You can compare with the formula, and this is going to be 0. So this is 4x cube. 4 minus 1 is 3, and 14 times of 2 is 28 minus 28x. So this is going to be the derivative, right? We'll move to the next problem. In this problem, we are asked to find out the derivative of 3x power 4 minus x square plus 8 upon x. Again here, we may make use of, here also we are having two ways. Okay, so the way 1 is to split the terms, that is 3x power 4 upon x minus x square upon x plus 8 upon x, and do the differentiation individually. This is way 1. And way 2 is to make use of the derivative of the quotients. So using this, we may find the derivative. As I said in the previous case, we are going to see some examples where this quotient rule are applied. That is why I am going with way 1 in this problem as well. Okay, but you people have to know there are several ways to deal with the same problem. Okay, after knowing there are several ways to deal with the same problem, we can decide our own convenient way. So 8 upon x, and this may be written as 3x power 4 upon x minus x square upon x plus 8 upon x. So this will cancel, and that is going to give you 3x cube minus x plus 8 upon x. Okay, this 8 upon x may further be written as, okay, the first term is 3x cube minus x plus 8x power minus 1. Now we need to find out dy upon dx. So d upon dx of y is d upon dx of 3x cube minus x plus 8x power minus 1. So using the sum, difference and the scalar multiple rule, let me write this as 3 times of d upon dx of x cube minus d upon dx of x plus 8 times of d upon dx of x power minus 1. Right? Here also we are going to make use of only one formula, and that is d upon dx of x power n. So this is going to be 3 times of 3x power 3 minus 1 minus, so we have 1, we have simply x, which means we have 1, so 1 times of x power 1 minus 1 plus 8 times of minus 1 x power minus 1 minus 1. So 3 times of 3 is going to be 9, 9 x power 3 minus 1 is 2, and then 1 x power 1 minus 1 is 0. So x power 0 is going to be 1, so it is simply 1, and this would be 8 times of minus 1 is minus 8 x power minus 2. Okay, when you rewrite it, you will get 9x square minus 1 minus 8 upon x squared. The next problem is, okay, again in this problem we are asked to find the derivatives. Okay, so find the derivatives of the first one is x power 2 upon 3 plus 1 upon x power, say 1 upon x power 3 by 5. Okay, so here this may be taken as x power 2 by 3 plus x power minus 3 by 5. Okay, now we need to find out dy upon dx, right? So d upon dx of y, that is the given function, is d upon dx of x power 2 by 3 plus x power minus 3 by 5. So here we have to be very careful in doing the calculation. As usual, we are making use of the sum rule to split these terms. Here the powers are not integer values, they are fractions. So we will have to be extra careful while doing this thing. What is the formula that we are going to make use? D upon dx of x power n is n times of x power n minus 1. So this is the only formula that we will have to make use here, right? So using this, n is 2 upon 3, x power n is 2 upon 3 minus 1. Okay, good. So here what is going to happen? This is our n and x power n minus 1. So this is what we have, right? Hence, let me do the fraction calculation here. 2 upon 3 minus 1. When you take LCM, sorry for this. When you take LCM, what are you going to get? You will get 2 minus 3 upon 3, and this gives you minus 1 upon 3. Okay, and the next is minus 3 upon 5 minus 1. So when you take LCM, minus 3 minus 5 upon 5, and that is going to give you minus 8 upon 5. So this we know for sure, right? Next, using that, 2 upon 3 x power minus 1 by 3. So plus times of minus, so this becomes minus 3 upon 5 x power minus 8 upon 5. Since the powers are negative quantities, we take them to the denominator and write them as 2 upon 3 times of x power 1 by 3 minus 3 upon 5 times of x power 8 by 5. So this is our derivative. Okay. So the next problem is y is 3x plus 1 whole cube. So since this is cube, if you know the formula to find out a plus b whole cube, use it. If not, no worries, we can do them in a way. So this may be taken as 3x plus 1 whole square and 3x plus 1. This way we may do. Okay, or else derivative of product of three functions where u, v, w are functions of x. In that case, okay, when we have two functions, what are we doing? We keep the second function as it is and differentiate the first function. Then having the first function as it is, we are differentiating the second function. Okay, this is what we are doing. Okay, using this itself, let us try to get the formula for three functions. In the place of u, we are going to have uv. In the place of v, we have w. Have like this. Okay, what are we going to get? So we'll have the first function as its last function as it is and the derivative of the first function. Okay, and then having the first function as it is and the derivative of the last function. Now this is a function of two variables, right? So we'll have to apply the same. So it is going to be w times of v du upon dx plus u dv upon dx, and then we have uv times of dw upon dx. So when you multiply this function w inside, you will have wv du upon dx plus wu dv upon dx and uv dw upon dx. You may very well see that even here we kept the last two functions as it is and differentiated the first one. Then first and last as it is and differentiated the second. And finally what we did, we kept the first two functions as it is and differentiated the last one. So that is what we are getting. So using this also you may do. Okay, it is up to you. As of now, let me okay, I think I shall leave this problem to you people to complete. So I have given you all possible ideas, and also let me give you a plus b whole cube formula as this is a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. In the place of a you have 3x and in the place of b you have 1. Substitute here and do whatever you want and try to find out the answer. So I am leaving this to you people. Okay. Now let me move to the next problem. That is, so I hope this is fourth problem. We need to differentiate under root 2 times of x plus 3 power 2m. Okay. Here we'll have to be very careful in identifying the variable. So suppose it is given differentiate with respect to x. If this is the case, only x is considered to be the variable and all other notations in the problem are considered to be constants. Okay. Here we are taking y to be the dependent variable depends upon x. So it is under root 2 times of x and 3 power 2m. Now we need to find out what? Dy upon dx. So hope you people get the idea of taking the given function as y and writing dy upon dx. So from the next problem onwards, I'll go to the calculations directly. I don't need to repeat them again and again. But in an exam point of view, you people see to it that you are writing these things. Okay. So d upon dx of y is going to be d upon dx of under root 2 times of x plus here x is an independent variable and y is a dependent variable. Which means we have some more alphabet, that is m. This tells m here is considered to be constant. So when you treat m as a constant, 3 per 2m is again a constant. So when you differentiate these things, you will have under root 2 times of d upon dx of x plus d upon dx of 3 per 2m. Okay. So this is a constant, so you are going to get 0 here. This is under root 2 times of, we have already seen that d upon dx of x is going to be 1. So the derivative of the given function is simply under root 2. Okay. The next problem that we are about to do is based on the product rule. Okay. So let me write directly y is x square plus 5 and this is 3x plus 1. Okay. So here your u of x is x square plus 5 and v of x is 3x plus 1. Now let us find out du upon dx, that is d upon dx of x square plus 5 and this may be written as d upon dx of x square plus d upon dx of 5. So this is 2x power 2 minus 1 and this is 0. So you see that this is 2x. Okay. And your dv upon dx is d upon dx of 3x plus 1 and d upon dx is 3x plus d upon dx of 1. So 3 is a constant when you take it outside. So you will be left with d upon dx of x plus 0. So this quantity is going to be 1. So you have this to be 3. Now we know that d by dx of uv is v times of du upon dx plus u times of dv upon dx. Okay. This implies d upon dx of y. After taking this to be our u and this to be our v, what we are getting is that y is uv. Okay, so what is v here? It is 3x plus 1. What is du upon dx? That is 2x. What is u? That is x squared plus 5. And what is dv upon dx? That is 3. Okay, you multiply the corresponding terms, which means here you will have to multiply 3x with 2x, so you will get 6x squared. Okay, then 1 with 2x, so that will give you 2x. Then x square with 3, so that is 3x square, and 5 with 3, that is 15. Okay, so now you may combine the terms, so it is going to be 9x square plus 2x plus 15. So this is how we make use of the product rule. Okay, next problem is y is 3x squared upon 4x minus 1. Here also we are going to take u of x as 3x squared and v of x as 4x minus 1. Then what happens? Y becomes u upon v. Okay. Uh, here also we need to find out du upon dx. That is going to be d upon dx of 3x squared, and 3 is a constant when you take it outside, and d upon dx of x squared. So as of now, I hope you people know how to do this, and you are going to get 3 times of 2x, which is simply 6x. Okay. Similarly, dv upon dx is d upon dx of 4x minus 1. So this is d upon dx of 4x minus d upon dx of 1. So this is going to give you, when you take 4 outside and do derivative of x, that is going to give you 1. So 4 times of 1 is 4, and this quantity is 0. So answer is 4. And we'll have to make use of the quotient rule now. That is d upon dx of uv is v times of du upon dx minus u times of dv upon dx upon v square. So what is v? V is 4x minus 1. And what is du upon dx? That is 6x. What is u? It is 3x squared. And what is dv upon dx? It is 4. And what is v? Sorry. What is v? It is 4x minus 1 whole square. Right? So now we'll have to simplify the numerator. So 4x with 6x is going to be 24x squared, and 1 with 6x is 6x, so minus 6x, and 3x square with 4 is going to be minus 12x squared upon 4x minus 1 whole square. Okay, and what is going to happen here? So 24x square minus 12x square is simply 12x squared minus 6x upon 4x minus 1 whole square. If you wish to take any common terms here, you may take 6x outside. So it is going to be, when you take 6x from this, you will be left with only 2x, because 6 times of 2 is 12 and x times of x is x squared. So you get 2x minus 1 here, because we have taken all the 6x outside, upon 4x minus 1 whole square. So this is going to be the derivative of the given function, and hope you people have you get used to the usage of rules and formulas. I can still understand that we are not familiar with the product rule and quotient rule, and in the upcoming lecture too, we will work out few more complicated problems on product rule and quotient rule. Thank you.